Good morning from Switch Pros. We've picked the hottest day of the year to do an installation video to show you exactly what you need to do to install a system in your vehicle. We're working with a 2017 JK, so we're going to get started first. We're going to show you that we've already prepped a mounting plate. We've installed the hardware actually from the back. This plate comes in the kit. We're going to install this right on the firewall of the vehicle. We include the screws and the hardware. It is installed from the back. We're going to use existing studs that are on the firewall. So we're going to get started. Okay, the crew's gathered up some tools and we're going to get started on the install. Is everybody ready?
Yeah!
Before beginning installation, be sure to remove the negative terminal off of the battery. So in the interest of time, we've actually prepped the mounting plate with the power module on it using the hardware that we include in the kit. We've pulled the factory wire loom off of the studs that are along the power wall, put the mounting plate against there, and then replace the wire loom up against some studs that we create using hardware that actually mounts from the back side of the power module. And in less than 5 minutes, we have the power module mounted and we're ready to move on to the next step. So next we're going to make the connection for the blue ignition wire. We've taken the lid off of the fuse box so that we can actually get to it clearly and be able to drill a hole that will come sort of at the tail end of this piece. So we've pulled the fuse out of the M6 slot and put it into the TAPA circuit that we provide as part of the hardware kit into the empty slot, and we're going to replace it in the vacant M6 slot like this. And we've drilled a hole through this small wall in the housing of the fuse box so that we can protect the integrity of the water tightness, and that blue wire is actually then going to be crimped into the blue the blue butt splice that's here at the end of the TAPA circuit. Here's what it looks like when it's finished, and we've actually crimped the blue wire into the butt splice. We've added a bit of RTV here where we drilled our hole to keep the waterproof ability, and we're ready to move on to the next step. In order to connect the yellow wire, which is for the backlights, adjustable backlighting, we need to remove the fuse box, and you do that by using a flat blade screwdriver and loosening it at the 4 corners where the brackets are. And once you have those loosened, then you pull straight up on the box. And what we're focused on is a white with brown striped wire that comes out of the green connector underneath. We connect the yellow lights adjustability wire to the white with brown striped wire coming out of the green connector in the fuse box using a red T-tap that is included in the hardware kit. The next critical step is to connect the battery cable. First, remove the nut, secure the booted end of the battery cable to the power module, secure it with the included nut, replace the boot, and then you're ready to take the loose end of the battery cable and secure it to the positive terminal on the battery. Make sure not to drop the nut or you'll spend the afternoon searching for it. Now we can move on to connecting accessories.
Yes.
For this Jeep installation, we're going to use a replacement panel for the A-pillar that we actually machine here at our facility so that it's a perfect untight fit. Once you've secured the 4 threaded studs to the back, place the switch panel into the cutout on the A-pillar replacement panel and slide the 2 brackets, U-shaped brackets, down onto the studs. Then twist the nylon locking nuts down onto the threaded studs and tighten with a 5/16 socket till there's just enough pressure without over-applying pressure. Once the brackets are secured, feed the pigtail down below the lower clip, and you're ready to go. The next critical step was to route the communications cable along the firewall. We secured it to the factory loom using the included zip ties that are in the hardware kit. And there are a couple of options to actually take it through the firewall. We chose to use the pass-through in the firewall that's typically for manual transmission clutch. The other option is to travel along the side of the vehicle and pass through to the inside. Next, we're ready to handle the install on the interior of the vehicle. To mask off and prevent scratches on the dash, we use just blue simple masking tape. We removed the stock A-pillar panel and the side dash panel to gain access to the communications cable, which will plug into the 4-pin connector and meet at the switch panel. Secure the replacement A panel in place and plug the 4-pin connector in. Remove your masking tape and replace the side dash panel.
The side dash panel.
Yeah, that side dash panel, that would be the one. To secure the A-pillar panel in place, replace the factory screw and tighten it down. Now we're ready for final testing before we actually put our legends on and take it off-road. Turn the ignition on. In this case, we powered the whole Jeep up. We're testing each switch and we see the LED indicators come on. That indicates we have 12-volt power to every one of those switches, and we are ready to go. And we've got another happy Switch Post customer headed out to test her new accessories.